In my last video, I might not have made something very clear. Yes, I believe in science, and I absolutely don't want to discredit it. Science is a powerful tool, essential for understanding the world, curing diseases, creating technology, and exploring the unknown. But I also believe there's something beyond matter, something many call God, the Creator, or simply universal consciousness. There was a time when I had my doubts. I'd ask myself, does God really exist? Or is all of this just random? Those questions stayed with me for a long time. But over the years, I started to see the world differently, with more open eyes, more awareness of the details, the connections, the complexity of everything. And that's when I began to realize, nothing in this universe seems to have happened by chance. Let's think together. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? That question, while it might sound simple or even silly, is actually a deep philosophical prompt. It makes us reflect on origin, cause, and purpose. And here's the thing. Even everything we humans create starts in the mind first. Take the electric light bulb, for example. It didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was thought of, imagined, tested. The most well-known name is Thomas Edison, who patented the bulb in 1879. But he wasn't alone in that race for light. Other names like Humphrey Davy and Joseph Swan also made important contributions with their experiments and discoveries. See, before it existed physically, the light bulb existed as an idea, as a need. And this same logic applies to nearly everything around us: your phone, buildings, airplanes, medicines. They all started in someone's mind, with a purpose, with intention. Now think about the natural world. Today, there are around 5,400 known species of mammals on this planet. Among them are us, humans. On top of that, it's estimated that over 1 million insect species exist. And that doesn't even count reptiles, birds, fish, microorganisms. Do you really believe that all this biodiversity came about completely at random, with no kind of intelligence behind it? Science works with evidence, hypotheses, testing, and observation. And it has evolved immensely, no doubt about that. Thanks to science, many once deadly diseases are now treatable. A classic example is tuberculosis. In the past, being diagnosed with it was almost a death sentence. Today, with the right medication, much of it developed through years of research, tuberculosis can be controlled and even cured if caught early. But here's the question. Why were these medicines created? Because there was a need. And before that, there was concern, compassion, observation, a desire to understand, to solve a problem. All of that involves more than just technical knowledge. It involves intention. It involves the mind. It involves purpose. And that's really what I want to bring up here. A reflection on the purpose behind everything. Does science really work alone? If everything was just the result of random molecular combinations, then why so much variety? Why are there insects as specific as bees, which pollinate exactly the right kind of flower? Why do birds have beaks perfectly shaped for the seeds they eat? Charles Darwin, in his theory of evolution through natural selection, gave us a powerful explanation. Species adapt to their environment over millions of years. Those with more favorable traits survive, reproduce, and gradually shape the diversity of life around us. But even within that framework, something remains deeply intriguing. The precision and complexity of these adaptations. How certain instinctive behaviors are passed on. How animal bodies display near-perfect symmetry. How DNA operates like an incredibly sophisticated manual. It makes you wonder, does evolution alone explain everything? Or is this entire mechanism, natural selection itself, part of a system designed by an intelligence that set the rules of the game? Why is the human body so incredibly detailed, with systems that work in harmony? Circulation, digestion, respiration, the nervous system, all interconnected and functioning with a precision that often surpasses our most advanced machines. It's hard to look at all this and believe there's no mind behind it. You can call that mind God. You can call it universal intelligence, creative energy, the grand architect, or simply something greater. And you can also choose not to believe in any of that. That's okay too. I'm not here to force any belief on you. All I want is to open a window of thought, to offer a different perspective. Because if even something as simple as a glass cup needs someone to design the shape, mold the glass, manufacture it, transport it, distribute it, then how could something infinitely more complex, like the universe, not have a creative mind behind it? This isn't about denying science. Quite the opposite. It's about valuing everything it has uncovered, while also acknowledging that there may be an origin, a spark, an initial idea that came before it all. And that idea didn't come from nothing. Nothing comes from nothing. Think about art, music, books, poetry. All of it began with a feeling, a thought, and inspiration. Think about great inventors, scientists, architects. What drives them? What pushes them to search for answers? Curiosity, intention, will. And where do those things come from? From the mind. So this reflection is just a reminder. Even with all our logic, technology, and data, there's still something invisible, yet present. Something that guides, inspires, creates. And maybe, just maybe, it's closer to us than we think. Whether you're a skeptic, a spiritual seeker, a believer, or just curious, think about this. Is all of this really just a product of chance? Or could there be a mind behind it all? In the end, what matters isn't having all the answers. What matters is keeping the questions alive.